It's Christmas and New Year episode. Welcome to Fat Brain, Thin Brain with Lewis and Natasha. We're going to be talking about all things Christmas and New Year's this episode. Come and join us in a second for some hour of fun.
Be strong.
Yay! It's our Christmas episode and welcome to Fat Brain, Thin Brain. I'm Lewis, aka Fat Guy Walks, and over there it's Natasha, aka Lloyd Vest, and we're your co-hosts on this epic journey through Christmas and New Year. So, what's on the agenda today, Natasha?
Hey Lewis, yes, I am all the way over here in Denmark, and I'm going to run us through the agenda, of course. So we're talking all things Christmas and New Year. So the first part of our little chat today is going to be primarily about traditions and not talking about past traditions, but we're talking about what are we going to be doing this year. So Christmas and New Year, what are our plans, or do we have any plans? The second part of the episode, we're going to go more into concerns. What are we worried about coming up to Christmas and New Year? Are we worried about anything? Which will then lead us on to part 3, which is what we're excited about, because we like to get excited. So that's really it in a nutshell. So we're rolling it all together, Christmas and New Year. Don't think we need to spread it out much more than that. So let's get straight on. So what are you doing this Christmas, Lewis? Because we know it's all about you, as usual.
It's all about me. Let's open door number 2 on our advent calendar.
Yeah, so talk about your decor first. Got some nice antlers going on.
No, these aren't the decorations.
They're real.
Just coming through. Yeah. Yours. So it's ready to start butting extras out of the way, when I'm digging out of the way, when I'm walking and stuff. So yeah, I've gone for the antler look today. Natasha's gone for 8-year-old's hat.
This is my 8-year-old's little elf hat, but I do have.
She's doing
Christmas socks on.
People, Christmas socks
that are actually.
Socks.
I can't get it in the shot. It's a little bit too big. Bit too big for me.
Oh, they are slightly too big. Yeah,
I have to yank them up.
So anyway, for all you foot worshippers out there, that's one for your bank there.
Oh God, that was a bit early in the morning to do that.
Socks. Yeah. So we're going to be talking all things Christmas today and New Year's. So we, tradition-wise in the UK, it's a traditional fair. I put on some of my Instagram pages and Facebook pages about what people have on their dinner plate, that sort of stuff this time of year. Me personally, I'm going to be going to my mum's house. Most of the family are going to gear up around there. We have the traditional English. Well, it's not really traditional English because that would be goose or beef. So later on, Thanksgiving took over, didn't it? So Thanksgiving and all the American traditions came over, and that's why we took on turkey in the 1900s. Yes.
I thought turkey was the traditional Christmas dinner and gammon.
Yes, gammon is one with cloves in it and stuff like that. But our traditional dishes were goose, beef, or a ham hock or something like that. So, but yeah, so we neutralized that in the early 1900s, like 1920s, something like that, and then the turkey came on board instead. And then I don't know about you when you were a meat eater. Did you like turkey? Was it too dry? Was it too, No,
I liked turkey. Yeah, I liked turkey with a lot of gravy and cranberry sauce.
Because it was so dry.
Yeah, and cranberry and turkey sandwiches.
Oh, to die for. Yeah. I mean, the best part of Christmas for me is not the actual main meal itself. It's the taking a load of turkey home with me so I can have a turkey sandwich the next day or something.
Lasts for ages.
Exactly. I mean, when I've felt adventurous back in the past, Boxing Day for me on my own would have been a nice turkey curry with the leftover turkey and things like that.
I don't think I've ever had a turkey curry.
Oh, it's lovely. If you've got a chance to do it, listeners, this year, if you're veggie or vegan, you could do
I won't be.
A bubble and squeak curry, which is amazing too. And that's another real good one to do. But if you're not, then try a turkey one. But use the darker meat instead of the breast meat because it's just better. And then, so that's my traditional Christmas day.
So you go to your mum's.
Go to my mum's. Most of the family, they'll be there this year. So it's mainly about the grandkids, nieces and nephews, that sort of stuff. We have our dinner around 2-3 o'clock. Then we have like an evening munching session where it'd be cold meats, bread and salads and stuff. But obviously, me being me this year, I need to watch what I'm eating portion wise and that sort of stuff. A lot of it, where it is mainly veg on display for me, it's going to be okay. But when it comes to roast potatoes, roast parsnips, which I absolutely love, I'm going to have to restrict myself on that. Restrict myself on the amount of gravy I have, that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, so over there you celebrate Christmas Eve, don't you, instead of Christmas Day?
Yeah, it's a little bit different here for us because we, well, I say us, obviously I'm still English. So I implemented English Christmas on top of the Danish one. So our Christmas lasts quite a long time. So what we tend to do is my husband's parents are divorced. I'm actually, while I'm talking, I'm just going to lose the 8-year-old's elf hat.
It's restricting the blood supply, was it? Was it restricting the blood
bit.
Supply to your head? And you're like, oh my God.
I couldn't think. Yeah, that was
She's coming down to my IQ level, people. She's coming down to my IQ level. Put it back on. Put it back on.
If you're watching on YouTube,
taking these off.
Witness the real hair corruption.
They were fake. They were fake all along.
All right, back to me. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
no, but the tradition. So Renee's parents are divorced, and we've ever since I've known my husband, we do 23rd of December. We go to his dad's, and we tend to open some presents and just do like a little afternoon lunch thing. And then the 24th is when they traditionally celebrate. So it's Christmas Eve for the Danes. And you can kind of chill all day, and then you meet up with your family in the evening and have an evening dinner. And then that can go on. Every family's different. That can go on all night. It can just be, for us now, it's till the kids are tired and we take them home. Or this year, for example, we're doing it at our house. So that means it can go on for longer, and it's just his mum's here and his brother. So it's a little family event. And then on the 25th, I try to keep it a bit English. So we get up, and in our PJs, we open some presents and have some breakfast and get dressed, and then open a few more presents. But I always save the Santa presents and all the English presents for the 25th. So literally 23rd, 24th, 25th, we're opening presents, eating, drinking, and just generally enjoying Christmas time. But we don't do Boxing Day.
No, you don't do a Boxing Day out there, do you? So Boxing Day for you is the nice chilled day, isn't it? And it's like, you'll probably go on a hike or something, get out and about in nature, that sort of thing. Unless you guys have got loads of snow, obviously.
Still go out on that.
You would still, what, even the kids?
Oh God, yeah, we'd be in the garden as soon as we can, making snowmen or something.
Ah, cool. Yeah, that's all. She's got a huge garden, people. It's so big. She has a group of like 14 gardeners to go around.
He's lying at this point. Everyone just know.
No, I'm not. Just to, not to squash the rumors of Santa, but obviously, he is real. But obviously, she's got children. She's not talking about Santa coming for her and Renee. So, well, it might come for them as well.
Pardon?
You've got children, so, and you said about Santa.
He comes for me as well. Why? Santa loves me too.
Oh, he's the one that brings you the awesome cameras and stuff. He just brings me a lump of coal every year. And
you've been a naughty boy then. Stop down on the naughty list.
Do you feel like a temptation side of things this time of year? Do you feel like this is the time of year you're allowed to pig out? Is it the time of year you can think, do you know what, I'm just going to let it go for a couple of days. Let it go for a couple of days. Do you feel that or not?
No, I don't really feel about, I'm going to let it go, because I guess I don't really have I don't treat myself badly about food. If I fancy nibbling, these are, if anyone's watching on YouTube.
She's always got, it looks like an ashtray, but it's not.
It's a glass dessert jar.
It's very nice.
And it's these are called peannutter in Danish, and they're like little tiny biscuits, and as you can see, they're kind of the size of a 1p piece, so they're very easy to munch away.
This time of year,
Mm.
she does a really good disappearing act with them, whatever she called them. I can't say it. So
There's
one
a
minute
lot
they're there,
of
next minute they're gone. What are
the
they?
Danes are really good at doing little
Nibble food.
bowls everywhere in
Oh.
the house where there's some have got sweets in, some are like these little marzipan things, some are little biscuits. So you can just hamster it all day long. That's the worst thing.
So technically there is a temptation for you then, because you've got all these lovely little dishes everywhere,
Yeah.
which you will be. We've picked up before. You are quite a grazer, aren't you? You do.
I'm
like
a big
graze
time
now and
grazer,
again.
but I
Yeah,
kind
so-
of I do this eating little and often, which
Yeah.
I'm fine with. Like for me, I
Mm.
don't mind grazing at all, because if I'm only eating like one biscuit here and there, I mean, the size of a penny, if I put one of those in my mouth and then 20 minutes later I put another one in, I'm not really, to me, I'm not gorging. So I'm kind of,
No.
I'm staggering
spreading
it throughout the
Yeah.
day. And
It's a
I'm a
bit like
very
when-
active person, so I just don't worry about it.
You are indeed, and we've seen that. If you want to see how active she is, follow us on Instagram, Fat Brain Thin Brain, and you can see our activity all the time on there, which is good. Yeah, another thing to go back to there, you hit the nail on the head a little bit then about the grazing, and it's knowing when you can and can't do it. I mean, my grazing it wouldn't be like dipping my fingers into a bowl and take one or two out. It'd be I'll have the bowl. And then
Right,
like
so
that,
you would
know.
like
So
take
there
this
would
bowl
be
of biscuits and you just eat all of them in
yeah,
one
and
go.
I'd give people like angry faces if they came near it and stuff. So it'd be like
Yeah.
like that. But
Like an angry
this-
dog when they're eating their
get up.
bowl of food and it's like,
Yeah,
get away from me.
Give my food full. So it's a tough one for me this year because there's going to be temptation everywhere. My mum, I'm going shopping with my mum and my brother to get everything for Christmas on about the 23rd. And then we'll go but I'll make a point of trying to find stuff that I can nibble on guilt free and still have that like I'm nibbling on something with everyone else. But for me, like you said, if you're grazing all day long on little bits of food all day,
yeah,
that'll be a problem. It's the same as like if you start drinking. I don't know what the drinking culture is out in Denmark, but over here sometimes if you're rich or better to do than me, you have some people have Bucks Fizz in the morning with a bit of salmon
I'm a
on
port.
toast.
Yeah, I love sipping port all day.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. You won't get you'd get tipsy, wouldn't you? But you wouldn't get drunk.
No, you get to that happy place.
You're doing it all day long,
happy all day.
Yeah, so you're happy all day. Spread out. That's what good grazing should be like. You're nibbling, but you're never going over the edge, and you're just going to graze all day long. But then Boxing Day is going to come for you, and you're going to get out, aren't you? So me, the other way around. So it'd be grazing, but it'd be bowls at a time, and I'll be food drunk by midday, easy.
Okay, so maybe this year, instead of picking up the bowl, just take one or two out of the bowl and then walk away from the bowl. And
what
then
I want to do
that.
this year is maybe have my own bowl and then just get a few bits in the bowl or whatever. Or like I said, because I'm going shopping, maybe I'll get I don't even know what yet, but I'll get things that I know I can have almost guilt free.
But
you said on an earlier podcast we done that I chat about a podcast that where my mum lives, it's like on the cusp of some nice countryside. So on Boxing Day, when it's a bit boring, get out, go for a walk. And I'm like, really? And then I thought, yeah, if I walk up this way, it's in actual countryside. So why not do a nice little 6-7 mile loop? And you've worked off your Christmas dinner, haven't you? So
I think we've led it nicely, slowly down that path into what we're concerned about. So obviously your biggest concern is that there is this mountain of food available to you.
Oh, crumbs,
and so it's basically your self-discipline that you're concerned about, that you, instead of just taking one thing from the bowl every 15-20 minutes, you're just going to take the bowl, stuff it all down your mouth, and then on to the next bowl of whatever's out instead of just one. So for you, it's gorging, I guess, right? You're concerned about gorging by the sounds of it.
The amount of food that's available as well, and all this. I'm not a fan of having like Pringles in the cupboard, or loads of crisps in the
Once you
cupboard,
pop, you
loads
can't
of
stop.
sweets in the back.
Oof.
Exactly, and they are really, really
They
tasty.
and it's
And
true. I can't
they
just
do a
have one.
turkey one as well, and it's to die for. Yeah, so I'm not one to have that sort of stuff in my store cupboards anyway, because if it's there, I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
So for me, it is a luxury to have them items. Like people were mocking me the other day about my peanuts. That to me is a luxury at
I love
Christmas.
nuts. Yeah, actually, that
Yeah,
could be a
so
good thing for you to have. I mean, you've got to be careful because they're also high in fat, right?
yeah,
Good fats, but still
yeah,
fat. But they're definitely really, really cool to have as a nibble instead of
yeah.
biscuits.
And they go absolutely stunning with a nice crisp dry cider as well. But
Yeah.
the older I've got with peanuts, the more I've got a slight allergy to them. So if I have
Oh,
too many
really?
peanuts, I get like a little sore throat going on,
Ooh.
like the starts of maybe a bit of tonsillitis, and
Oh,
that to
that's.
me is maybe it's my way of saying, right, stop, you've had enough, Fatty,
Do you like
stop now.
spicy? Do you like spicy stuff?
Do not say Bombay mix. To me, it's a swear word.
No, I was gonna say like wasabi peas or something.
Oh no! I remember I tried them chili chickpeas the other day, the dried chickpeas.
Yeah, but
I
these are
thought they could be a
wasabi.
lovely, yeah, I thought they would be a lovely little delicacy over Christmas. So I bought myself that little bag, £1, and
Yeah.
they were gross. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
a shame.
make something myself maybe on Christmas Eve, because I'll be
Do you
around
like
with my,
dried fruits?
again,
Like little
yes, but
apricots and
yeah, I love dried bananas and
cranberries, like
stuff.
dried cranberries and stuff like that. Because you
Yeah,
can, I like making a bowl of nuts, but with these little dried fruits, so raisins, cranberries, apricots.
yeah.
Also, do you like coconut, like dried coconut? Because you can get like
Uh,
coconut
I
pieces.
do, but it has a bad effect on me.
Okay, because that's another
It's a,
thing. Like just
it's a
making a
natural
mixture is
laxative,
nice.
isn't it? So yeah, so it just flushes straight through.
Yeah, also those
Gross.
apricots and
The
raisins and
only way I'll eat fruit and nuts together is in a Cadbury's fruit and nut bar. And that to me is gorgeous. But again, we're trying to be sensible. So my sensible head's going to be on most of the way through Christmas. I already know that I'm going to have the smaller plate than what we normally would have anyway on the table.
yeah.
And if I am full up, even if that Christmas pudding is a light and it
Mm.
smells so good, that I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to go for it this year, I don't think.
But I think it's really good what you're saying, cut it down. But I also think what you're saying about taking that walk, but don't just give up taking a walk Christmas Day as well. Because I think it's nice
No,
to get some air. And so just because that's the problem with Christmas, you'll eat, but then you just sit down. So it's a lot of
you
sitting
sit
and
down.
eating.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe just while dinner's being made, like go for a walk or,
Mm,
after dinner, just stretch your legs for like an hour and just get out, while,
yeah.
because you said about your family like to watch the EastEnders marathon that's on at
They
Christmas.
sure
So while
do.
they're
They
watching
sure
that,
do.
just go for a little walk.
Well, that would be okay to do if my mum didn't live in basically downtown Baghdad. So
Oh.
after when the lights go out, the hoons come out. So probably not the best of ideas,
Okay.
because obviously I'll be walking around with my Gucci jumper on and my Prama, is that right?
Prama.
Oh no,
You're not gonna get jumped for Prama.
Prada, and everything. Did I say
Is there
Prada? No,
anything
I
else
mean.
you get concerned with about around Christmas time? Like, are you a drinker?
No, don't drink.
Okay.
The only thing I can really get concerned about is I've got a very pushy family. So they've always known you as being an eater, so they like to push food on you. They love pushing booze onto you.
What happens if you say to them, you know what? No, I'm cutting down this year actually,
Oh,
and I
you
would
would get
appreciate it if you didn't
literally.
do it.
They don't care. They'll lynch you still. So that's what they're
Oh,
like. My
really?
sister's now come in, and she's probably going to be 2 sheets to the wind before 2 o'clock. Um, my brother's a bit calmer, and hopefully he'll be driving. So he might be driving his kids back to his ex-partner's house. So if he does, he won't be drinking till later on in the evening. So that'd be great. But my mum doesn't drink. My little great nephew doesn't drink because he's only 3. And my nieces don't drink either because they're 11 and 9. So that's it. I'll be basically, if there was a kids' table, I'd be on it.
Right.
Kid-sized meal, no booze,
Yeah.
and yeah, so
Perfect.
that'd be me this year. So
What about things like presents? You know,
I
does
don't want
anything like that
presents.
concern you around presents, like having to buy or?
Yeah, as our listeners will know, and you'll definitely know, I'm poor all the time at the moment. This year's been one of the poorest years of my adult life,
Yeah.
because of Corona and other things as well. Um, so it's a worry, and then you've got everyone saying, "What do you want for Christmas this year?" And I don't want anything. My birthday's 5 days later, so do something for my birthday instead. I'll buy for your kids, but there's so many kids involved. If I bought for everyone and done what I used to spend, I used to spend 30 quid on each person and then a bit more on my mum every year. And
Yeah.
that's
That racks
so
up.
much money. Me and my partner, Lindsay, we've come to had a pact where we're just going to do a stocking for each other with silly bits in. One of the things that she let
Which
slip
are actually really
yesterday.
fun. I really like
Yeah,
that
it's cool,
idea.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that she let slip yesterday, because I said I was going to get it later today, was a plug. She's bought me a plug for the bath.
Oh, that's
Because I haven't
romantic.
got yeah, exactly. When she said I bought you a plug, obviously my mind went a bit skew with. Wherefore I said, and
Okay.
she said, "Don't get too excited. It's for the bath." And I was like, um, so yeah, she bought me a plug for the bath. So I ache a lot now. I'm old. I'm nearly 41, so I'm old, and I like to get into a bath, and I haven't been able to do it in this flat for ages.
Oh, I
So
miss a
it'd be
bath.
nice to do.
I only
Yeah,
have a
you gotta have a
shower.
bath now and again. Yeah.
Yeah. Danes are all
But
about
don't get me
showers.
wrong. Yeah, it is lovely to have a nice shower. My mum's shower is fantastic. Anyway, temptation was you're not tempted by anything, are you? Really? Apart from your
Oh no, I'm
birthday or
tempted, but I don't beat myself up about it. The way I believe is that I want to enjoy my life, right? So if I get
yeah,
something put in front of me, I'll eat something. But I think I've got that factor where I'll eat, but if as soon as I start to think, oof, no, that's enough now, I stop. I don't, or I'll eat a few. You know, if somebody puts cake in front of me, probably cake and crisps are my Achilles heel.
yes, we
So
know that.
I'm really bad for cake that I will have a couple of slices. I find it hard to stop at one. But if I know I'm consuming a lot of food all day, then I just restrict myself. I go, you're allowed anything put in front of you, but just don't go nuts on it. Like just
Yeah,
have one slice, just take one biscuit, don't take a handful, you know. And then I can enjoy my entire day where I'm doing the grazing, a little bit of port, do a little bit of cooking. If I start getting a bit, my husband and I, we kind of, we're so used to doing teamwork with the kids that
yeah,
if we kind of sense when the other one needs a timeout, so we will say to each other, you know, like, okay, I just need to go for like a 15-minute walk and get some air and stretch my legs. So if we need a break from everything going on because everyone's together on Christmas Day, then I'll go on a walk on my own. Otherwise, we get the kids out. So we try to get fresh air every day as well. And otherwise, my kids would be gaming all day. So we have to
yeah.
break it
That's the
up.
thing now, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't believe in just letting them just game the day away because we can actually see the change of their temperaments as well. So
They're
they
I'm
fight
probably on the
more.
cusp of getting really argumentational.
Yeah, they get really antsy with each other. They get antsy with us. And so we try to regularly, we'll let them game a few hours in the morning and then we'll break it midday and we'll go, right, that's it. You know, we're going out to the shops or we're going for a walk or we're going to a park or we do something, right, to get air. Then we
Yeah,
come home and chill again. And so, yeah, we try to make it cozy. Denmark's really, I mean, in England, we're not that far more north than you. We're kind of on par with Scotland. So it's really short, light days here.
yeah,
And obviously it's really dull right now. So we like to get out in the air, even if it is dull, because it just lifts you up again. It's like it wakes you up.
yeah.
So we try to stay active. We eat all day. I don't worry about temptation. I just go and you live once, Tasha. But
YOLO.
I'm slim and I don't know if it's because I know that I don't necessarily put weight on really, really fast. I'm getting older. I mean, I'm 40 now, so I obviously don't
41.
leave it. Sorry, I'm in my 40s, I was meant to say. I don't necessarily eat everything and then it doesn't go on me now. I've hit the middle age where it does stick,
Yeah.
but it doesn't stick as much as it would on maybe some other people. But I don't know, that could be just down to my activity and because I'm always on the go.
It could be down to your genetics, it could be anything, couldn't it, with you?
Exactly. So no, I don't worry about temptation, and I just enjoy the time. And if I feel like I've overindulged, I never eat to the point where I feel sick. So I've never really gorged myself. Well, I have in my lifetime, but I've learnt my lesson, gone, I'm never doing that again. It feels awful. So I don't really gorge, and I just, little and often. I think that's the key. Little and often, little bit of like.
I had an epiphany the other day, which I thought was going to be the cleverest thing I've ever done, right? And it was basically, we have all the food on the table and we help ourselves. Maybe this year we might do all the food on the side like a buffet for dinner, and then help ourselves, then go back to the table where where we sat and stuff. And I thought to myself, maybe I'll do 2 spuds to start with, a parsnip, a bit of ham, a bit of turkey, and some veg, right? And then put it down, and then start eating away. And then as soon as that's gone, because there's only a little bit there, maybe go up again and get another bit more.
Yeah.
But I saw one of the people I follow on Instagram, I can't remember her name now. She actually said the buffet style eating, where you keep going up for rounds and rounds, it's terrible, isn't it? Especially if you are an overeater anyway. So what she likes to do is she'll pile her food up how she normally would eat it, and then obviously she'll go along, and as soon as she feels full, she then goes, I'm done, gives the plate to whoever, or takes the plate away, because all the leftovers are going to go to Bubble and Squeak anyway, aren't they? So there's nothing's really wasted at Christmas. So she found that better, and to me, it'd be a good test of my my willpower, wouldn't it, to have all that on the plate? I'll be able to do it easy peasy. It's just, there's certain things that I probably wouldn't be able to deal with going into like the evening side of things, when we have the cooked meats, the pickles, the slices of big chunks of cheese, and that's the bit that's probably going to kill me the most, because I do love my cheese. I do love, but like pickled onions, that sort of stuff, that's all free. Gherkins for me is, I can eat as many as I want. And all this other food in the evening, the snacky food is fine. I'll indulge, but
I think
I'll
maybe
make
you
sure...
can be like your theory here, what you're saying, because the veggies, you can pile those on, no problem.
I still feel gross if I just have a plate of veggies. I still
no. I don't mean have a whole plate of veggies. But make the meat, the potato stuffing, and all the fatty stuff, pigs in blankets, whatever you're having. Make that make that like 1/3 of the plate, and then the 2/3 be vegetables and the good stuff that you don't feel bad about eating, because that's not going to go to the hips or wherever.
No, so it all goes straight to my hips. And
if you do it that way, ratio the plate better, then you also wouldn't feel
that's again, there's so many things out online you can do. You can print out and stuff, and exactly what should be where, how much you should have of whatever, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all know it's common sense. If you pile your plate high up with loads of fatty food and eat it all, you're going to have a bad day, aren't you? So
exactly.
But like we said, Boxing Day for me is a lot calmer day, so it's going to be a good sized walk now. And it's going to be,
maybe we should do a Boxing Day event.
Yeah, I do.
We'll get everybody out on our social media.
That's it. It all went really lovely.
We could do a virtual walk, couldn't we? That'd be fun.
Yep, we could do that. I'm doing the thing on Strava at the moment. I've just signed up for it this morning. It's 4x4, and it's 4 activities 4 times a week for the whole month of December. So if you do it, you get a virtual badge at the end of it. But it's one of the things.
I saw you got a badge on Strava.
Yeah, what? I like doing all that sort of stuff now, because it's good to. Well, it's not a real badge or anything, or a medal, but it's good to get that kudos,
motivation,
that applause. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. So Boxing Day for you is going to be more of a chill day, isn't it? So will you do any sort of form of exercise on the day?
I guess what we'll do is, first of all, find out if the climbing gym's open, and obviously hiking. Love hiking. I'm not a runner. And one year I went for a Christmas Day run just locally, just because I was feeling a bit lethargic. So I wanted to kind of
Of
get my
course.
body boosted. So I just went for a quick run locally to get myself up and running. Literally pun.
So you're not a runner, but you
I'm not a
needed it
runner.
to, you felt a little bit lethargic, a little bit, nah.
Yeah, it was just nice
Yeah.
to get out for some air, and it also gives me a break from other people around me. I need
Poor
to
old
have some
Renee.
alone time. No, I need alone time. But I mean, we do things like Renee and I were pretty good at, we do meditation each day. So we'll say to the other one, you know, oh, I'm going to go in and do my meditation now. So we'll go in the bedroom and pop the noise cancelling earphones in, and then we'll go
Yeah,
meditate for half an hour or something. And
great.
it's really nice to just zen your brain out, because I think one of the problems with Christmas time is that you can get a little bit overwhelmed with stuff going on.
You definitely can. You can get just
A bit too
wrapped
much
up
family,
in
too much food.
family tension,
Yeah.
emotions, because like you said, your kids could be arguing at certain points of the day because of gaming or
All
whatever.
day.
You'll
Every
always
day.
have that. If you've got family over in that period, there's always going to be a little bit of friction there, isn't there? So
Yeah.
like you say, I used to meditate quite a bit and I stopped, and I think it'd be a great time to start again. That 15-20 minutes just to reset the brain again would be fantastic.
Yeah, just
Especially this
zone
time of
out of
year.
your
So
thoughts and just
yeah. So going into the what we've both called the boring week in between Boxing Day for us and Christmas Day for you guys, up to New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. How does that affect you? Because me personally, there's nothing going on.
No.
So there's loads of food about still. There's loads of offers on food and things like that still.
So everyone
And
goes out and
people are
buys even
still,
more food
they
on top
buy
of
truckloads more food, more booze to get ready for that, just to keep themselves basically topped up until New Year's Eve. So is that what you guys do? Or do you just steer clear from that? Is that it over with the fancy food for you?
No, that's the thing. We don't do fancy food at all between Christmas and New Year. It's back to basics.
Okay.
We only go to the shops to buy stuff that we've run out of. And we're just generally just living, enjoying the new stuff that we got, going for walks.
So is that more of a Danish thing, or have you always done that when you were over here as well with your family? Is that, or was it always there's loads more food in the house still and all that sort of stuff?
I don't really remember it being that food went up. I think booze went up. There was like constant availability to
constant
booze.
supply of booze, wasn't there?
Yeah, because you've stocked up, and you stocked up for Christmas, then you restock even more for New Year.
Crazy.
It's just like you've got this constant stock of booze everywhere.
Exactly.
I think we just tried to stay sane, because we like to travel between Christmas and New Year. And we can't do that this year. One year we went to a Swedish cabin. Another year, like last year, I went to Scotland and we spent 10 days of Christmas and New Year to be with my Scottish family and my father, who's not Scottish, but he lives there. But we just miss traveling, because it gives you something to do and it's somewhere else to be.
Exactly. You're not Danish, but you live in Denmark, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Are you a fan, going back to the Scotland side of thing, are you a fan of shortbread? Because shortbread, I don't know why, it's attached itself to the Christmas period too, isn't it? No, were you a fan?
I love shortbread. I have to buy vegan shortbread now because there's tons of butter in it, isn't there?
How does it taste? Is it all right, or is it similar? Or
they just use marge. Basically, it's just oil, isn't it?
Chuck it in. Yeah,
you've just replaced cow's milk with oil.
Sounds gross.
But again, it's the thing, like I'll have one with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And then I'm not into this eat multiple biscuits in one go. The kids would. They'd eat a half a packet if they could.
Well, the kids though, aren't they? So they haven't really got that inbuilt chip in their head yet, have they? To say nope, no more. It's more of a like, oh, they're all there. They could all be mine.
But I think we basically like to stay active between Christmas and New Year, because it gets super boring otherwise. So I try to meet up with friends if I can, and just go out for walks. Yeah. Like we'll say, oh, do you want to go for a walk? I'll meet you up at the forest, and we'll just meet up there and just get the kids out, run around. That's the main thing is, I don't know why I always feel like you just got to get through it. I think I have to change the mindset a little bit because I like traveling. So I get a little bit bored here, and there's not a lot of family to go and visit over here
No.
actually. So I have to rely
Yeah.
on my friends, and they're often busy with family.
Of course. Yeah.
So it's
So
very
it's
hard, and you get a bit bored, and I miss my work between that period. I
yeah.
love my job, so I actually look forward to the new year about getting back to work in a way.
So that you're itching for that new year to start, then, aren't you?
Yeah, and I want to stop doing that because that's just wishing your time away. So I think this year I'll concentrate. I've signed up for this yoga diploma now, so I'll concentrate on doing that rather than just letting myself get bored. I'll go off and do some yoga and do something positive with my time, basically.
Yeah, that's the good thing to do, isn't it?
What about
So
you? Because you have your birthday, I think we should touch on that. You have your birthday and then you
yeah.
have New Year. So
So we've got a lot more. So English Christmases, there's a lot geared up towards snacking. As you said once, that when Rene was over at yours at Christmas time, he realised there's so many good films on the normal television as well. There's
yeah,
so many
TV's
good
so much
shows
better than
on.
here. Yeah.
TV specials on for Christmas of your favorite shows and all that sort of stuff. So there's always something on the TV. So a lot of families will get the TV magazine out and go, oh, we'll watch this, and it's all set around films and TV.
Yeah.
It is built into my psyche to do exactly that and get the treats out and just nibble away and stuff. But
which is mega cozy.
exactly. I never had a
Terrible for your
fireplace. It'd be
body.
stunning. Yeah. But I'll be back here quite early on the day after Boxing Day. So I'll be back here. So I should have better weather gear to get out on the bike and ride more, walk. The seafront at Christmas is stunning, especially when it's a crisp blue sky out there and all that sort of stuff. It's lovely. So I will be geared up more to do that. But then there's the birthday on the 30th. We'll all meet up at someone's house. Never mind. There's always meet up at someone's house and they'll give me gifts and do me a little tea or something like that as well. I'm 41 years old, so I still love my birthday, but it doesn't have to be what it used to be. I'd be happy.
By the
It
season.
always gets overshadowed by a certain day after it, where a lot of people go, do you not want to go out on your birthday tomorrow by any chance? No.
Yeah.
My birthday's the 30th. So, I'm not on, I don't want to go drinking on my birthday this year, don't want to do anything like that. I'd like to go out for a meal, like a pleasant grown-up sort of meal, but that can't happen with Lindsay because she hates the world. So it would be more of, the same old. I'll see Lindsay in the evening maybe. And she knows the plan I'll be on anyway. So there'd be no takeaways. There'd be no naughty foods or anything like that at all. So, and then we're going to go in nicely to New Year's Eve, which I can't stand.
Do you go out? Will you be going out this year?
Nope. We've just come out of lockdown as of today. So shops are open. Pubs are allowed to be open if they serve a substantial meal. So you have to have a substantial meal before you can have alcohol. So there's lots of stipulations between now and Christmas anyway, but that gets reviewed. Is it
because the meal stops you getting corona?
Allegedly so, yeah.
There's only corona in the alcohol.
I don't understand exactly what's going on, but it's a good job that I'm not a massive drinker anyway. But I'll have a few ciders, maybe Christmas Day, and I'll have a few on my birthday, maybe, just because you got to celebrate the birthday with a drinky poo-poos or whatever. But then. Coming on to Christmas Day itself, I love waking up. I used to go out New Year's Eve, but it was the waking up the next day, feeling terrible, and it's lethargic and horrible. And I don't want to do that this year. I want to get up, get ready for the big New Year's Day swim in the sea.
Yeah, because you set yourself quite a nice little challenge.
I can't wait to get in there midday.
Have you been practicing?
I'm going to start the cold showers today. Start doing the Wim Hof method again. If you guys know of Wim Hof, go and follow him. He's fantastic. That's what I'll be doing New Year's Day. And then that's what I'm going to take forward into the new year.
Okay. Well, like what you're saying there actually leads us quite nicely into the third part that we wanted to talk about of the agenda, which is what we're excited about. Because we've talked about all the stuff, that concerns us, as well as traditions and things. But what are we actually excited about that period? Because obviously you don't like your birthday and you don't like New Year, and you're not that massive fan of Christmas.
Sound like a
right,
Grinch.
grumpy Grinch over Christmas and New Year. So what is it you get excited about?
I love Christmas still. I love the fact that looking on the kids' faces when they open up their gifts and stuff. And the older they get, the more pretend the smile is. And I quite like that as well. And it's they're like, thank you very much for that really smart gift voucher. And it's things like that, you know. And then it's just a lovely time of year. It's very, very family orientated. If you're not a massively close family like mine aren't, it is the time of the year you can be a bit closer than normal. But the most thing I'm looking forward to the most is 2021. That's what I'm looking forward to the most this year. Anyway.
Just because of what are the goals that we have with Fat Brain, Thin Brain, or?
Fat Brain, Thin Brain, how terrible the year's been through coronavirus, that sort of stuff.
But that's not going to change as of the 1st of January 2021.
No,
it's not suddenly
100%.
No corona.
No, Bill Gates has already said he's going to turn the switch off, and then it'll be no coronavirus from the 1st of January 2021. So that's all
the
good.
simulation stops.
Yeah, we're back to normal. No, it just then goes, you can, a bit like when I've had a naughty meal or something, you say to me, it's not a naughty meal, it's your meal. You've exercised enough that day, so don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
But you can always wipe the slate clean tomorrow. So,
yeah. But there's no slate to wipe clean. Just because you ate McDonald's for dinner, it was still your dinner.
Let's not, or any other fast food restaurants, but mainly McDonald's, because that was a lovely Big Mac.
No, because that's what you beat yourself up on.
Yeah. So, but I'm then going to wipe that slate clean of where I've got to on New Year's Day and go, right, I've got to this point now. I've got 6 more months on my personal journey to get to where I want to be. And then I've got all these beautiful things that I've got planned and lined up throughout the whole year, which, unlike my normal plans I would do, are actually achievable this year because A, I'm healthier, B, I'm fitter, C, I'm more determined than I ever have been to do these things now. So, and I've got people like you in my corner now. I've got Lindsay's more supported than ever with it all. I've got all these new friends that I'm gaining daily on Instagram and all these other places that are backing you to do well and want to see you leading from the front, if you know what I mean. That's why we're adding stuff on our Fit Brain, Fat Brain, Fat Brain, Thin Brain bit. Maybe that's
Fit Brain.
Right now.
Fit Brain.
It'd be Fit Brain, Fat Brain too, wouldn't it? Fit Brain, Thin Brain, Munch Brain, non-Munch Brain. So it'd be really, really good to see where all those guys get to in the new year as well. See where I get to. And then, like I said, trying to do something planned for every single month. And we're going to have, with Fat Brain, Thin Brain, we're going to have these cool challenges coming up in the new year. There's a lot more energy about.
That we as the hosts will be taking part in the challenges as well as.
Oh yeah,
everybody that joins it. We won't just be standing on the sideline going, "Yeah, you go, guys."
If you guys have got something. If you guys have got something really cool from you that you'd like to see me try doing, then we want to do that as well next year. So we want to do Fat Guy tries yoga, Fat Guy tries Pilates or something like that.
Yeah.
You give us some inspiration of what we try and keep it real, guys. I'm still 20 stone, so don't I don't want to go like pole vaulting or something like that.
Yeah.
Or tightrope walking because that's not going to happen. No trampolining unless it's a bouncy castle. Then fine. But if you've got things that you think, it'd be funny to watch him do. I don't mind making an ass out of myself, anyways. But if there's things you think, I think this would be great for you, Lewis, let us know. And
your first Fat Guy tries is going to be the cold water swimming, isn't it?
Swimming. So that is the first one I'm doing New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. So you're really going to kickstart
from a get-go. Yeah, and I feel really good about it. I don't feel scared. I might even dip a toe today. No. I'm going to go out and walk today, and I'm going to do a bit of grounding today as well. Be a bit spiritual today, I think. It's one of them days where you kind of need it. So
just breathe some air, soak up the smell. Breathe some air and smoke up. Soak up the smell of the ocean. And
there you go. She hasn't been drinking Ladies and Gentlemen. She's just high on life.
only water. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the challenges we're going to speak about as well. I'm hoping that me and lovely Natasha are going to join up for some challenges as well, which would be great. But obviously that's depending on COVID and travel restrictions on that being lifted in time as well. So yourself, you're going to concentrate more on your photography next year and learning new skills. You were saying?
No, well, actually, yeah, that's the thing though, right? Because since I started this spiritual awakening, I kind of, I guess what I'm excited about is still going into that because I'm still on this path, right? Essentially. So exploring more about the spiritual awakening, but I've changed my mind lately that I always used to be a person that pushed to get something to go in a direction I want it to go. And I was never one like, oh, it's failing, then I'm just going to give up. I would just keep going no matter what. So this year, or now, I changed it immediately a few months ago. I just decided, you know what, with COVID, for me, the photography started dropping off. Once I'd done the hikes and been doing all the photography for that, and I was sponsored by companies for it and supplying them images for that, which was great. And it was great fun and I love it. It's what I would happily be paid to do on a regular basis. As the year kind of came to a close or is coming to a close, the photography, I can just see it as if I'm looking from outside in. That's taking a dip down. And then what we're doing with Fat Brain, Thin Brain, that's kind of lifting as we are doing more with the podcasts. We're planning events for next year, which we're going to be getting involved with. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that maybe I can even come over and be part of. So we're together in the same place as opposed
It'd be good, wouldn't it?
two separate countries all the time. And also my yoga as well, because I just want to keep going with my climbing. I love climbing. This year I took it from being just indoor climbing to I passed 2 certificates so that I could do outdoor climbing. So that was a big win for me. So we did some outdoor climbing for the first time ever this year. So that was really fun. Spent way too much money on outdoor climbing gear, but it doesn't matter. It'll last for years. And then the yoga, going further with yoga, getting the diploma, and seeing where that takes me. So I've basically opened up to wherever life wants to pull me, whatever direction or whatever opportunity comes along, I will take that instead of just pushing only for one and going, but I only want to do this and I'm not going to do anything else. I've just opened up the doors to say, what direction should I go in? I'm going to let life take me wherever it's going to go. And right now I feel like everything's going more direction with Fat Brain, Thin Brain and yoga and like my personal fitness. So, and I love all those things. And I quite like, it's like riding a ride at the fairground, except for you can't see the tracks. So it's fun and I don't know where it's going. So it's interesting.
But
and that's
what you'll notice with the stuff that you do, it does all go hand in hand as well, doesn't it? So photography can go with yoga because you can take pictures of yoga classes, yourself doing it and that sort of stuff. And it does all lead into one thing, doesn't it? So it's
I don't look at it as that I'm giving up or I'm stopping.
No.
Photography. I'm never stopping photography. I'm just adding on.
You're adding other avenues to photograph, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I'm obviously
trying to find the word. It's like downtime.
And that's actually one of the goals I'm setting for myself. And I'm changing. I don't like to call them New Year's resolutions because whenever I see something that needs changing, I start doing it straight away. I go, whoa, I got to, like, for me, I give myself too much. If I see, I know during the winter, my photography tends to die down a bit and goes a bit quiet over the Christmas. So I need to give myself something. And then I'll sign up for stuff. And then I'll feel like all of a sudden I've got too much on my plate.
Got too much on.
Stressed. Yeah. So I think
and
one
the
of the
hair
things
goes from nicely manicured like it is now to just a big like afro. Boom.
Like
got too much on.
But the other thing that I'm excited about is also having some downtime, because those 3 days of Christmas that I was saying about, is just purely for me and my family, and I love that
Vacation
because
time. I bet you can't wait, can you? To start exploring again and getting out with the fam.
just chilling with the family and going, you know what,
Yeah.
you don't have to do any social media today. You don't have to take any pictures of anything. You don't have to plan anything. You don't have to be anywhere. You just got to build Lego and watch Christmas movies and enjoy a drink or go for a walk with the family or talk to a friend. Because the other thing with Christmas period, I lost my mum 3 years ago to cancer on the 23rd of December. So Christmas 3 years ago was a horrific ordeal for me and my family. So I like to just, I light a candle for my mum. I'm going to get a little upset now. So I tend to light a candle for my mum around that Christmas period. So it's a lot of reflection. I'm thinking about her a lot. So Christmas has to be a lot of supportive time, and I have to give myself that time because I need to meditate, and I still have a bit of grief, right? So some days that's heavier than others, and you have to just deal with that, and you have to let your body as a human deal with it, right? So sorry, go on, you can take over now, Lewis, while I sit here and cry.
Well said. No, Jill was absolutely amazing person, wasn't she? So if you know, and she'd be proud of what you're doing. So
thank you.
Of the person you're becoming, apart from that hair. So and I think she'd go, I think you should stop buying liquid chalk and just use normal chalk, you cheap.
Liquid chalk's like magic.
So it's going to be you're always going to remember your mum in that way, but she is going to be shining down on you, seeing what a great job you're doing, and them kiddywits just growing up to be amazing, aren't they? So all encompassing episode, tears, laughter,
nice way to always end the year.
Fluffy socks. Lovely outlook on next year. We're both looking forward to doing more adventures, though. So that's it. That's our episode finished for today, and we're signing off. We'll wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from me in England and you
and from me here in Denmark.
Yay!
So happy Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.
See you later, guys. Thanks for joining us. See you soon. Bye.